don't, your f-stop is your lens opening. 2.8 is wide open. That means a lot of light's going to go through. Say, let's go to the other extreme, f16, f22. It's like a pinhole. Okay, less light goes in. Okay? Now, when you get a point and shoot, I'll use these numbers. A 3.5 lens, that means that it's open when it's on the wide, right? Now, when you start using your zoom to bring things closer, it goes from 3.5, fully extended out, you're shooting at 5.6. You've lost 2 points or 2 f-stops. So that means less light is going into your camera. And that means everything's going to be underexposed. Does everybody understand that? So, does everybody know how to change the white balance? You know what a white balance is? Okay. All right. There are settings in every camera. Okay. How many people have seen this? Okay. That's white balance. Okay. There's your white balance. Just about every camera, depending on what it, even point and shoots, okay, have this. And basically what it is, automatic white balance, basically it determines what kind of lighting is in a particular room, okay? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So if you're getting pictures that are really kind of yellowish, greenish when you're shooting in a particular room, then you need to change from this to maybe something like this or something like this. If you do that, you will notice a difference in the quality of your prints, and that will actually affect the sharpness, okay, and the exposure to a certain extent. So, for example, if I go outside, okay, and it's basically cloudy, okay, I'll put it on a cloudy, or if there's a lot of shade, I'll put it on the shade. And this is something that you should actually try to see what works for you. Fluorescent light, condensing light, okay? When I use a flash on my camera, not the one that's built in, but an external flash, I put it on this, okay? This is also important to play with. The quality of your prints, okay, will get a lot better once you start knowing how to do this. And by the way, there's the format, okay, and in this particular Canon camera, when you go to this menu, it starts off here, you have to find it all the way here and then scroll down to here, okay? So these are menus in that particular camera, which is the D40. So basically, everything you see here has different drop-down menus, and everything has different, functions. But this is where you'll find the format, okay, in the tools section.
Does it give you a warning before you do it?
Yes, when you go to, click on that, basically go to format, and then it says, are you sure you want to do this? And you say yes, okay? And it takes seconds. It doesn't take that long. Anybody know what that is? That's very important also. These are the settings that you will find in the menu that determine the quality of the pictures that you were taking. I had a customer come in. She went on vacation. And she had a 1 gig card, I think, or a 500 gig card, 256. I don't remember. It was a small card. And I believe she had, I would say, probably 400 pictures. And I think it was a 256. They don't even make them anymore. A 256 means that for 400 pictures, she had it on the lowest quality possible. So, well, I wanted to go on vacation, and I wanted to get a lot in my camera, Yeah, but now you can only do a 4x6. She wanted 8x10s, and what do you think happened? To that little picture there, it was even worse. You should make sure that your settings are on the right quality, high, right here. If it's jagged, that means it's not going to be as good as this. So the less photos that you can take onto a 1 gig card, a 2 gig card, the better the quality. The more photos you have that you're capable of shooting, the less quality you will have. So make sure you check that. That's very, very important.
Like automatically, is it usually on the best
Usually.
setting?
Usually. But
So you wouldn't change it?
yeah, but I always tell people that, to check. And I've actually had people come into the store and it's been on poor quality.
Okay.
And I can see it when I do a 5x7 or even a 4x6 if it's pixelated. I ask them to bring the camera in and I check. And it's, it's usually been changed by someone or came from the factory that way.
Okay.
Is that the only downside of picking the best quality?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
The only disadvantage to picking the best quality is that you won't be able to fit as many pictures on the...
That's a good thing, though. Yes, that's a good
the
thing.
only one.
Yeah.
In other words, if you pick the best quality and the light is bad lighting...
That had nothing to do with it.
Things are moving fast or something like
No.
that, that has
No.
no effect on it.
No, none whatsoever. Yes.
I think I'm thinking of it differently because I only print 4x6s, so I put it on the one that recommends for 4x6s. Is that
That bad thing. What happens if you want an 8x10?
Well, I didn't want it.
But today you don't want it. What about tomorrow? What about if I like one of your pictures and I want to do an 11x14?
Wow. So I should have it on the bed,
Absolutely.
the bigger quality all the time.
Absolutely.
My pixels will be better.
I guarantee it.
Oh, I'm going to write down 3 times.
I guarantee it will. You'll actually notice a difference. I guarantee it. You'll actually be able to compare. And if you really look closely, you'll actually see pixelation on a lower quality, even at 4x6.
Sometimes I do, especially
That's
when
why.
I don't use the flash, when the flash
Right.
isn't necessary or whatever.
It's more noticeable with that, but it's also noticeable if you really know what you're looking at.
So I should just put it on.
Why this, I mean, the making camera, I don't have a camera, that's why I came here tonight, and this seems very complicated.
It isn't. It really isn't. That's why you need me. That's why you need me.
Why, if America is gonna be, 4x6 pictures, why are all these options? I mean,
America is not 4x6 pictures.
oh,
That's the starting point. That is the starting point. That's the average that you look at. From there, if you want enlargements to hang on your wall, you look at it. If you like something, you're not going to put one 4x6 on the wall. I mean, you may, but if you have a big empty space,
all of these options.
I don't agree with all of these options. I really don't. I think you should need maybe 1 or 2, or maybe just 1. Nothing but good quality. That's my opinion. But you know what? The manufacturers, they know better than we do. Yes?
I have a question on the memory cards. I just looked at my camera here. It's a 64 meg. And you said-
64 meg card?
Yeah. You say there's a hardship getting even 1 gig.
What kind of a camera do you have?
It's a Kodak.
I'm sorry? Is it a newer one, today's? Well, a 64 gig card, they don't even make anymore.
4 meg.
64 meg, yeah. I mean, they don't even make anymore. And you're lucky, is that a 10 megapixel or a 5 megapixel? 5? Probably 10 pictures, 15 pictures in it? Yeah. You don't, I mean, that's all you can.
If I went to the store now, the lowest thing I could find is 1 gig.
Well, yeah, they don't make any of the other ones. You can probably still find them, but 1 gig, 2 gig. And before you go and invest, make sure, come and see me and I'll put a 1 gig in there, make sure it works, because the older cameras, you may not be compatible. Yes? What would I recommend for megapixels? Camera? Either the 8 or the 10. Yeah, the 10, of course, is a little bit better. And they're not that expensive. You can pick up a nice point and shoot, 10 megapixel, $150, $200. And they're excellent, and they're getting cheaper and cheaper. Kodak actually has a lot of good cameras that are around, in that price range, even under $100. You could pick up a real good one. Anybody else have a question? I had a customer come in the other day after picking up a picture. Says, "I'm not complaining, Al, mind you." Okay, I said, "Fine." So why is it that every time I take pictures and I look at it in the viewfinder in my camera, it looks wonderful, but when I get 4x6s, it kind of a lot of movement, a lot of blurriness. I'm not complaining, mind you. I said, "No problem. Bring the pictures in and bring the camera in." Well, everything looks wonderful when they're small, correct? You look into that viewfinder, you know, it looks great. When you start blowing it up, down the imperfections comes in. She was using it on a program. And she was shooting inside. She was shooting her kids in dark rooms. And what happens when you do that? Well, right. So after I kind of basically suggested she do this and this and this, things have changed for her. And she's gotten better pictures since. What you see on your screen, okay, shouldn't be that much of a difference when you get 4:6. The resolution is different, but if it looks blurry on that screen, it'll be, you know, should be slightly blurry when you do the 4:6. When you see something on the screen, you probably blew it up a little bit more. As you know, you can, you know, kind of make things bigger. If I understand what you're saying. Any other questions? Well, fast 1 hour, wasn't it?
What are your classes going to be?
I'm going to start one next Tuesday. There's a form there. You can put your name on there and sign up for it. Tuesday night from 7 to 9. And, you know, basically it's a hands-on kind of thing. We sit down, we make sure we can find the functions. We make sure that we understand, you know, how to get to these functions. And if you're a manual, I'm going to show you how to do the manual mode. Basically, we go through the whole thing. One of the things I suggest is if you do come to the class, I tell you to take pictures. Please do, because you know what? If you don't do it, I can't help you. So if you take pictures and we look at the photo quality, we can kind of take it from there. Your pictures, what do you do with, you know, what do you do with them? You put them in a computer or you get them printed? Okay. CD or DVD, very important. Don't forget that. That becomes your negatives. Okay? This is very important to have. The more you put in your computer, the slower it's going to get, because you're putting more and more and more in there. I can guarantee you, I will put $1,000 right here. If anybody wants to bet with me, what is going to happen tomorrow, 6 months from now, a year later, you're going to lose your pictures. Don't put them in your computer. If I were you, I'd get an external drive, get 2, and back it up that way. Okay? But you need to start with this and then work your way around it.
That is the nice thing about these digital things. You can keep one CD at work or DVD at work,
yep,
and you keep the other one at home.
That's right.
Your bets.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what a kiosk looks like. I actually have a brand new one that I don't have. Those are very easy to work.
Can you make the DVD in those kiosks?
What I recommend is this. When you come into my store and you place an order to one of those, leave me the card. And I'd like to do it myself because I keep the original. Some software will reduce the quality of your images. What I like to do is go 1-to-1. That's my recommendation. Nice picture, go on vacation, you get some nice photos, and that's what you want. Nice flowers, Vegas. Fishies. Everybody knows him, right? And that's it. Folks, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And any questions, feel free to come up and see me. Thank you. Have a good night.